We are back with you now on Wave Listens Live. An important segment to get to now. The Louisville Metro Department of Public Health and Wellness is joining us here today. That's because they're offering free radon test kits, but you got to get them while supply lasts. So we'll talk a bit about why that is so important here. I've got Rebecca Coates joining me here. You are the Health Education Specialist with the Environmental Health Division. So welcome to Wave Listens Live.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk, I guess if we just start, if people are seeing this and they think, well, wait, what is radon? Let's walk them through that first and foremost.
Yes, it's a naturally occurring radioactive gas, and levels of it can build up inside any home. So homes with a basement, homes without a basement, new homes, and older homes as well.
So that kind of covers, like you said, any type of home. It's not just for people that live in older homes, which is sometimes the issues with other things, maybe lead paint, another issue that people come across. But this could be in anyone's home.
Any home can have lead, or have radon, I'm sorry.
So this is why this is so important, and we need to know how to detect it. So how can we do that?
So we have free radon test kits through a grant through the EPA. And this is considered a short-term test kit. So it's a 2-day test. So 48 hours is the optimal amount of time. So I always tell people to set a reminder in your phone when it's time to stop the test.
Okay.
So the test comes with a full instruction sheet. So just make sure that you read that through that sheet. If you have any questions at all, you can contact us at the health department and we'll help you walk through the instructions of the test. But 2 days, you want to test in the center of the lowest level of occupancy in the home. So in a basement, if you have a basement.
Okay.
If you don't have a basement, just the lowest living level. So you wouldn't want to put this in a crawl space.
Right.
So just in the lowest occupied space.
Okay, an area that you actually use and your people go into.
Yes, and a lot of people will say, what about my unfinished basement? I don't plan on finishing, but maybe the next person would.
That's true.
Yes.
And maybe you have a washing machine down there, or you store things and you're up and down here and there. Okay, well, I'm glad you brought one of these samples in so that we can kind of see what this looks like. Obviously, it's small. Seems like it's something that's easy to do for the homeowner.
It's very simple. Just put it in the center of the room, away from any open windows, away from like the furnace, center of the living space, and you could put it on a table. They want it to lay flat.
Okay. And then let it do its work.
Let it do its work, and then important reminder to set that reminder so that when it's over, because it would come back overexposed or underexposed if you don't get the correct timing.
Okay, and obviously this is something you might as well be safe than sorry, and it's free, so why not do it?
Right.
Let's talk about how to get them. So you mentioned the health department has them. What is the best process if I'm watching this segment and I say, oh man, I don't even know if the radon test has ever been done in my home. I need to be on this. What do I do?
Right. So you can get on our website at louisvilleky.gov and type in radon, and it will take you to the link to get the free test kits, and you can also call and we will put the information in for you.
I know we talked about it'll sit flat, maybe on a surface, something like that. A lot of people that are our viewers like to know the ins and outs, like how does this work exactly? How does what you have here today able to detect radon in a home?
So this is a charcoal filter, and the charcoal filter absorbs particles, and so the radon particles actually attach to this charcoal. When they send it in to analyze it, they can kind of count the radon particles.
And that's how they're able to tell how high or low the levels are in your home?
Exactly. There's a little more science to it than that, but that's this very simplified
Sure.
answer.
That's what we need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say that we've gone through all the correct processes. We say, okay, we're watching today. We know this is important. Come down to the health department, make sure I get one of these free test kits. It's tested and it comes back that there is radon found in the home at an unsafe level. What do we do next?
So you want to get a certified trained mitigator. So we have a list on our website of those people who are certified in both mitigation and measurement. And if you do one test, it's always wise to do a second test. So you might not do mitigation based on the one test. So you'd want to test again to be sure. That
first test could tell you that, hey, maybe something's up. Let's make sure. And then if we need to, take the next steps to mitigate the issue.
Yes.
Let's talk about how big of an issue this is, because it's obviously it's great that you guys are able to provide this, that the health department has access to these test kits and that you're letting people know about it. But through going through this, getting us to this point where we are now, where we're able to offer this, how big of an issue is it in our area specifically?
It's a huge issue in our area, and one of the biggest things to note is the concern about radon is long-term it can cause lung cancer. So the EPA estimates that there's about 20,000 cases cases of radon-induced lung cancer in the United States, and in Kentucky, it's about 1,033 estimated cases of radon-induced lung cancer. So if you smoke, there's an even greater risk that you would get lung cancer.
Because your lungs are already damaged and suffering from something else, and now you have this that you may not even know is going on in your home.
Correct.
If you don't have a test kit and you've never had it tested before, the levels, would you, because I know in the onset you talked about that this is odorless, colorless, would you even know that this was in your home?
People do not know, and we go to trainings all the time where they didn't know until they tested. They already had lung cancer, and they found that they had very high numbers. So that's the most important thing you can do, is to test to know your number. And
I can't even imagine what it would be like to know that maybe that cancer was preventable if we had just gone down, got a test kit, and taken the steps. Well, I thank you for being here today and sharing this information with us. It's so important. I want to pop up now the information again about how you can get these. Again, it's a free radon test kit. They have them at the Louisville Metro Department of Public Health and Wellness. They will be there until the supplies last. There is a phone number there. There's also a website. It's easy. If you go to louisvilleky.gov, all you have to do is just search the word radon, R-A-D-O-N, and you'll find information about how to get those test kits. We mentioned while supplies last. I don't know if you have a number, but about how many of these do we need to get on this kind of immediately?
We have about 1,100.
Okay.
So on the website right now.
Okay, 1,100 right now, and then maybe if we go through those fast, we'll see what happens in the future if we're getting more, but that's a good first step. Okay, well, I thank you, Rebecca, for being here today and sharing this information, and we hope that everybody will go to Metro's website and pick one of these up.
Thank you.